Earthlings, and welcome to your weekly dose of newsy infotainment. It is time for Let's Be Treasonable, coming to you from the luxurious studios of Radio Titans in Los Angeles, with your cognitive dissidents on the panel this week. Joining us once again, Mr. Ron Placone.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, good to have you back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to be back, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, and
only through my fault, actually. And even today, I had the wrong time written down in my planner for no justifiable reason.
Nobody needs to know that. You're here. We're recording. It's
as far as the listener knows. You're a good man that doesn't hold a grudge. And I
just wait. A little early to be determining that. Also joining us, as always, the black voice of reason, Mr. Tymon Shipp.
Power to the people. It is good to be back here again. Yeah, on this fine Saturday. Wow.
It is a lovely day. And joining us for the first time, very excited to have you on the panel, comedian Michelle March.
I'm very happy to be here with with two of my favorite white people and my new favorite black person.
Thank you. Hey.
You know,
where are there two white people in this room?
I know, right? Exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm half white. I forgot. I forget that sometimes.
1.5 and a Jew who looks white. We talked about that before.
You're half Jew?
No. I'm full, but I don't consider myself white because white people have spent so much time telling me, you're not one of us. So I don't want to be.
Michelle, what's your other half?
I feel you. I'm Latin.
You're Latin? Oh.
Yeah, my mom just said Hispanic. She goes, Latin is music. I go, I'm trying to speak English and say that I'm Latina, Hispanic, whatever. So, yeah.
I don't think
we even have those conversations in our own families.
I don't think that anyone's going to come by with a chart and try and check and see what you are. It's okay. You're good. I got Indian in me, but no one's going to say, hey, you know.
Oh, I'm just white, you guys.
There you go.
You're just plain white. You're just plain old white.
I'm Italian.
Vanilla.
Say Placone. That's right. No wonder you keep eating pasta.
I'm an Italian ginger.
You're Italian. That's sexy. That's sexy Italian.
Thank you. Well,
you're welcome.
Too, so.
Oh, even more.
Hey,
say a little something.
Do you know Phil Placone?
No. Is that the person?
Yeah, Phil Placone. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's an attorney. Yeah. I think he's an attorney.
Here's the thing. I mean, we should probably be saying this like maybe later, but we're definitely related. Because there's a few Placones in Southern California that I've not met yet, but anyone with that last name, we are related somehow. Mm-hmm. So I'm related to your buddy Phil. Yeah.
Well, we got that out of the way.
Just learned you have a lawyer in the family.
Yeah, seriously.
Always good to know.
I'll get his number after this because, I mean, that could only help me.
Yeah. I don't know. And on that note, let's talk about what's been going on in the news this week. It is America in Crisis, Day 114. And, you know, I have been joking during the intro of every week's show saying, well, it was a slow news week. And, of course, the irony being that, no, there hasn't been a slow news week since before the inauguration. But this week seemed a little more wacky than most. I actually had to write this down because there was so much going on. On Monday, we learned that Trump leaked classified information to the Russians. On Tuesday, we found out that fired FBI Director Jim Comey had written a memo explaining that Trump asked him to back off of Michael Flynn and to chill on the Russia investigation. On Wednesday, the Assistant Attorney General appointed a special counsel. We learned that Michael Flynn had done paid work on behalf of Turkey, and the Trump transition team knew about it when he was hired to be the national security investigator. This whole week, then
Mueller.
This whole year,
Mueller is your new investigator. So a guy who was definitely taken on by that's liked by both sides, Republican and Democrat. So Mueller will go in, and he's going to peel everything back. And if they find out some dirt, he's done. I mean, they're already talking impeachment. They've had several people already talk impeachment about Trump.
Well, not only are even Republicans are talking about impeachment. I've been reading. I usually try and stay away from the partisan press, even on our side of things. But I saw a anti-Trump articles in the Wall Street Journal on the Daily Caller, and these are sure signs that his people are turning against him. His people in government, rather.
Right.
Because as we were talking about on the show last week, his base is not going to leave him. There are a lot of ignorant people out there who still think he's doing a great job at what? I don't know. Right. But their logic is, well, if it's pissing off the liberals, he must be doing something right. You're now seeing it coming from inside the White House, where all the leaks have been coming from. People are talking impeachment. Mike Pence set up a PAC this week that even though, it has, in his words, nothing to do with aspirations to run for president, but he created an election PAC ahead of the 2018 and 2020 elections. So if not to run for re-election in 2020 after he becomes president sometime during Trump's ill-fated term, why would he do this?
Right.
I think he's already measuring drapes, and that's why, what's worse, a rogue moron who doesn't really report to anybody and is making the Republicans look so bad that even an institution that is better at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory than any other institution in the world, which is the Democratic Party in the United States, even they won't be able to fuck this up in 2018, or him getting impeached.
Oh, yeah?
You think they will?
I
think there's a good chance
they'll find
they will.
a way.
They'll look for a
whether
way.
they actually will fuck it up remains to be seen.
No, I understand that, and believe me, that was not a vote of confidence on my part. But what I'm saying is, if you get President Pence, this is a guy that is, in my opinion, more dangerous than Trump, but is also competent. And having a competent, dangerous person that could, because then, let's say Trump gets impeached, hypothetical. Trump gets impeached, we get President Pence because they don't have enough dirt to, pin him as well. If there's dirt out there and we get President Pence, the Republicans would have enough time to distance themselves from that circus that was the Trump presidency. Pence would get some dangerous shit done, and then in 2018, they would remain controlled.
And that's part of the concern
worse.
is that Pence would be an awful president, but compared to how far the bar has been lowered in just a few months by Trump, it was kind of like Obama getting elected after George W. Bush. How nobody, yes, he made promises on the campaign trail. He campaigned, had a great message. Nobody knew when he actually got elected, and once he started serving as president, nobody knew that he was actually going to be great and if he was going to be able to accomplish any of the things that he set out to do. But we knew that by comparison to the previous president, he was already great. And I think Pence is basically being set up with the same, bonus plan that he will automatically be considered a good president because just by virtue of not being Donald Trump.
By whom?
Well, they've already stated that Pence is not, his hands are not clean.
Oh, no.
They're going after him too because he knew everything that's going on. He already knew about it.
Yeah, he was in the transition team.
So he's going to have to, he better lawyer up too. They're telling all those guys, you need to go get you a lawyer because they're telling them.
Well, that's the thing.
And if Mueller goes deep, they're going to get him too.
If he didn't know, which you can't see because it's an audio podcast, but eyes are being rolled greatly. If he didn't know, then he is so incompetent as a vice president that he has no business being president. There are plenty of reasons he has no business being president. You could go to the op-ed that he wrote that cigarettes don't kill people. And I, as a smoker, they kill people. That's why I smoke. It's my way of doing the world a favor.
You could probably ask anybody in Indiana. They'll say,
yeah.
No way.
Yeah, let's keep in mind, this guy was too conservative for Indiana.
Yeah.
This guy is out of touch if the year was still 2004.
I got a question for you guys, though, too. A lot of times I keep hearing people say, like, white liberals keep saying that Pence will be worse than Trump. And they're trying.
It,
yeah. Right. Yeah. They keep trying to, what I'm saying is they keep saying it as, like, shut up, like you don't know what you're talking about, like it's.
But
I think the whole line of them are disgusting and dangerous, and I think they're all together on that.
I think the same liberals that are saying
not a
that
lone wolf.
I think the same liberals that are saying Pence would be worse than Trump are the same people that refuse to support Hillary because of their feelings about her in the last election, knowing. You got to figure somehow they knew deep down, and it really shouldn't be that deep because it's obvious, that the way our electoral system works, and not even the Electoral College, which we can go on about that for hours, but yes, there were 4 candidates. There were 2 independents and then 1 candidate each from the major party. This is notwithstanding all the crap that went down with Bernie Sanders. But anyone who didn't know the president was either going to be Hillary or it was going to be Trump. Anyone who thought that but the Jill Stein or Gary Johnson had a fucking chance is an idiot. And I think those are the people who are now trying, Pence would be worse than Trump. No, like Ron said, he's definitely dangerous, but he is competent. And I think the issue is that Pence is more of a manageable risk because there is precedent.
That's actually not what I'm saying. I'm saying that because Pence is competent,
he's more dangerous.
He would get more done, and it wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree with the analogy you're making slightly because I think that the people, and I'm one of the people that's saying Pence will be worse than Trump. And the reason I'm saying that is because thinking about it strategically, what would I rather have until 2018? A nincompoop rogue idiot that just cares about winning and has no ideology and reports to nobody and is kind of a flat tire in the political process right now. That's Donald Trump. I just described Donald Trump. Or I want to have somebody that is grossly dangerous that could actually get some stuff done with the Republican majority?
But isn't Karl Rove really running this whole thing anyway, just like they did with Bush? Somebody in the background.
I don't think
Gingrich,
so.
like all of those people, they're all together. They're one big machine. They're one big machine.
Not Rove, but Bannon maybe.
Yeah, a lot of dangerous people have Trump's ear. I mean, I totally am on board with that, but because of how tarnished he is in the public eye, people are showing up to town halls screaming right now. It's because of the villain that Trump is on the surface. Trump's not the first person to be corrupt. We've had corruption on both sides of the aisle for years and years and years now. Trump is just such an unapologetic, unlikable face. That guy could be a villain in the Hunger Games, and they wouldn't even need to put makeup on him. He just looks the part at this point. But if you get President Pence and you get time for the Republicans to distance themselves from Trump, that was a big mistake, that's not who we are, then all of a sudden they're kind of popular again. And this goes to the failure.
I agree with you.
This goes to the failure of the progressive media too. I'm not saying that there's nothing to Russia. I'm not saying that at all. However, what I am saying, and I've been saying this for months now, the nonstop 24-hour news cycle that's been dedicated to nothing but is grossly irresponsible and grossly misleading, and it's mostly just for padding their own ratings. And I'm pointing the finger at a lot of people I used to have a lot of respect for, like Rachel Maddow, because there's other really dangerous stuff going on. The separation of church and state is about to be eliminated. Unions are about to be gutted forever. We have the AHCA. So many grossly unpopular policies that are going on beneath the surface that nobody's talking about.
Right.
And if
Don't
this
forget
investigation,
the end of net neutrality.
The end of net neutrality. If this investigation doesn't yield fruit, which it may not, then what do we got? We're going to have all this stuff happen behind closed doors. And if you had Trump fall and you have Pence go in and that, 24-hour hyperbolization continues, Pence is going to do some really, really dangerous shit, similar to what the Bush administration did. And let's not forget, we couldn't impeach a war criminal.
Okay. Right. All good points. And I am coming around to your point of view, but from the reactive liberal side, I got to ask, because I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just coming to a different conclusion. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason is if you look at it as a parallel in the war on terrorism, looking